Oh, my apologies. How you doing? I'm Big D. So I'd like to talk to you about NVIDIA. If you don't know about NVIDIA, or maybe you think you know it about the NVIDIA, stick around because I have some information that I gotta have some information that you don't know. And why is it a good reason to put some money in or invest into NVIDIA? Let's start with some of the basics and work into some of the things that you probably don't know. And that's a real good reason why you should be investing in NVIDIA. But I am not telling you to run out and buy NVIDIA. I am not a licensed anything to tell you anything to do. But after we get done with this quick video, you might have a better idea that maybe you can't go without having some investment with NVIDIA. So let's go back for a year. So approximately a year ago, NVIDIA was trading or on the stock market for about $150. Over a short period of time, it did drop a little bit, but now it's up to about 107, almost 100, well, it did drop a little bit again. So now it's down about 183. My apologies. But there's a lot that has to be unpacked here. Now, with demand from NVIDIA, their company, the AI chip, soaring and supply limited, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, I hope I didn't butcher that name, was forced to deliver an unusual message. He states, "We allocate fairly. We do the best we can to allocate fairly and to avoid allocating unnecessarily." The NVIDIA boss was referring to how the company decides who gets first dibs on his graphics chips, or GPUs, the hardware that powers the artificial intelligence boom. Tech giants like Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, they can't get enough of NVIDIA's GPUs as they race to build data centers that make popular generative AI services like ChatGPT, Runway AI, Gemini, a reality. I'm not big fans of some of those, but there's others that obviously you know that I use are much better. There's some that are going to be taking over the world. Unfortunately, that is going to put some people out of business. That's why I say maybe get into some stocks and go along with the wave. Now, and that's just one group of customers. A long list of original equipment manufacturers, OEMs, and original design manufacturers, ODMs, are also clamoring for GPUs, not to mention customers in industry like biology, healthcare, finance, AI development, and robotics. Having to choose between desperate customers might seem like a problem to have. Definitely is. NVIDIA's $22 billion in fourth quarter of revenue was more than triple what was a year ago, and came in about $2 billion above the company's own forecast. Accelerated computing and generative AI have hit the tipping point. Demand is surging worldwide, across companies, industries, and nationwide. Huang said in a statement accompanying the results, which sent NVIDIA stocks up more than 8% in after only hours of trading. But managing that demand is no simple feat. And in the chip business, getting it wrong can have disastrous consequences on the balance sheet. So Huang needs customers to trust that NVIDIA isn't playing favorites. They order more than they actually need and consider alternatives such as AMD's forthcoming AI chips. Now stay with me. I got a lot more. Like packaging memory and various other parts. He underscores the substantial size of the GPUs themselves. People think the NVIDIA GPUs is like a chip, but the NVIDIA Hopper GPU is 35,000 parts. It weighs 70 pounds. Wang said that these things are really complicated. People call it an AI supercomputer for good reason. If you're ever looking into the back of a data center, the system, the cabling system is mind-boggling. It is the most dense, complex cabling system for networking the world's ever seen. Fortune Brainstorming AI returns to San Francisco December 8th and 9th to convene the smartest people that has ever been known, technologists, entrepreneurs, Fortune Global 500 executives, investors, policymakers, and the brilliant minds in between, to explore and interrogate the most pressing questions about AI at other pivotal moments. Now, if you do like this, I'm going to have more information coming out, but I still got more. If you want more information, please make a comment in the comment section. Email me, whatever you'd like to do. Email is in the description below. Now, why is NVIDIA one of the greatest stocks to buy? Let's go with some little introduction. Market leadership in graphics processing unit, GPUs. NVIDIA is renowned for its high-performance GPUs, which are essential for gaming, professional visualization, data centers, AI applications, like you probably use it on a daily basis now. Now the company, like ChatGPT, the company has significant market shares in the GPU market, which is projected to grow substantially according to recent reports. NVIDIA holds a dominant position in the GPU market with over 80% market share in discrete graphic cards. Dominant position in the GPU market it's just mind-boggling where they're at and where they've come in a very short period of time. Now, growth in artificial intelligence. We're hearing it almost everything anytime you turn on the news, you're hearing something. People losing their jobs. That's not going to be a good thing. Elon Musk, though, he believes it's going to be a good thing, and you won't even have to work in the future. I don't know if that's going to happen in my time. Now, NVIDIA is at the forefront of AI technology, providing the hardware and the software that powers AI applications. The demand of AI solutions is skyrocketing. If you started using it when it first came out to what it is going on, and if you want to pay for it, actually, it's going to cost you. But the things that you can do is crazy. Now, NVIDIA is well positioned to capitalize on this trend. Analysts predict the AI market is expected to reach 190 billion by the end of 2025. AI market is expected to reach 190 billion. NVIDIA GPUs are critical for training AI models, making it a key player in this rapidly expanding field. Strong financial performance. NVIDIA has constantly demonstrated strong financial results with significant revenue growth year over year. It is in its latest earnings report, the company reports a revenue increase of 50% year over year by strong demand in gaming and data center segments. Revenue increases of 50% year over year. This robust financial performance indicates a healthy and growing company, making it an attractive investment. Diversification of product offerings. Beyond GPUs, NVIDIA has diversified this product offering to include AI software, data center solutions, automotive technologies. Diversification helps mitigate risks and open up new revenue streams. For instance, NVIDIA's data center revenue grew by 83% in the last quarter. Data center revenue grew by 83%, showcasing the company's ability to adapt and thrive in various markets. Commitment to innovations. NVIDIA is committed to continuous innovations, investing heavily in research and development. The company has a long pipeline of new products and technology that are set to launch in the coming years. As stated in their latest press release, NVIDIA plans to invest $6 billion in R&D over the next 3 years alone. The commitment to innovation positions NVIDIA for the long-term success. The conclusion. NVIDIA dominating the market position, growth in AI, strongest financial performance, product diversity, and commitment to innovation, which make it a compelling choice for investors. As the tech landscape continues to evolve, NVIDIA is poised to lead the charge, making it a great stock buy. This is what I heard, okay? No idea if this is true, but it makes perfect sense. If you have the best chip, you're going to have the best R&D, because your AI, especially your software, is going to propel you even further than your competition, wouldn't it? That's the way I'm looking at it. Now, NVIDIA is beginning to manufacture AI chips and supercomputers in the US for the first time through new investments and partnerships. Thank you for Donald Trump and the new tariffs. This includes manufacturing its Blackwell chips at a Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company. Now, the plant in Arizona and building AI supercomputer assembly plant in Texas with companies like Foxconn and Wistrom. AI chip production, which Blackwell chips are now in volume production at the TSMC, their facility in Phoenix, Arizona. Supercomputer assembly, NVIDIA is building plants in Houston, Dallas, Texas, to assemble its AI supercomputers. Packaging and testing, the company is partnering with Amkor and Spill for packaging and testing operations in Arizona. They brought in a lot of money into this country. Now, their investment, their initiative investment, is part of a larger plan to invest up to $500 billion in the United States AI infrastructure over the next 4 years. That is going to produce a huge amount of jobs and hopefully high-paying jobs. Now let's talk a little bit about what these chips are, how much they weigh, things like that. We've already talked a little bit about that earlier. Now, the weight of a NVIDIA chip varies greatly depending on the product, ranging from a few pounds for a consumer graphics card to 70 pounds or larger for a data center GPU unit, or even thousands of pounds for an entire rack system. Individual consumer graphics cards, they typically weigh between 1 and 4 pounds. You want the kilogram variation, it's a half a kilogram to 1.8 kilograms, with various based on the cooling system. For instance, a high-end card like some versions of the RTX 4090 can weigh over 4 pounds. Data center GPUs. Now the H100 PCIe accelerator board has a specific weight of 3.726 pounds. However, the NVIDIA CEO has referred to the large Hopper GPU chip, has referred to the chip, likely referring to the entire complex board assembly, not just the silicon die, as weighing 70 pounds because of it containing 35,000 parts and its varying complex unit. Now, a complex system rack, an entire NVIDIA GB200, which is an NVL 72 rack, which houses 72 GPUs containing 600,000 parts and weighs approximately 3,000 pounds or 1.5 tons. Now you know, when they say computer chips, it's not just a little circuit board. This is how a lot of people look at it. It is much more than that. And with more and more companies coming forward and needing these types of things, you're going to find that NVIDIA is well above and well more advanced than any other computer chip company in the world. That's why they have the security that they have to keep their technology to themselves. Unfortunately, there's many people going to lose jobs. But I think that's going to turn jobs that might be available, higher paying jobs, where they would be able to relearn, train, etc., into those new positions. Hopefully, you won't need college. I know, hopefully. Thank you for stopping, and I do appreciate it. We have to help others. I've talked about this in the past. We have holidays coming up. And first of all, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year, if I don't talk to you in this manner until we get closer to those holidays. But helping people doesn't cost you anything. Walking by a customer at a store, they're having trouble loading their vehicle, and you see that they're having trouble, all you gotta do is ask, "You want some help, sir, ma'am?" Do it. Start being more human. All right. God bless, and have a great Thanksgiving. Talk to you soon.